about to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to...
It's a Finnish man peeing in the forest, in the wilderness. It's very important that you take care of your peeing. Yes, so how do you feel about that?
It feels great. Actually.
How do you feel about me filming you peeing?
That's okay.
It's okay. Finnish men are
I don't mind.
they're totally okay with this.
Yep.
This is my guest visitor today, Jesse Mäntylä, my favorite videographer in Finland.
Oh, that's cool.
He works with us for Heart Visuals, travels the world with me and shoots weddings sometimes.
Yeah.
Good morning, guys. We're hanging out in the Finnish forest again, but this time with my friend Jesse, the guy you just saw peeing in the forest right over there. Totally natural thing to do here in Finland. We have so much outdoors and so much nature here that you can pretty much, as a man, just go pee anywhere you want in this country. Don't get offended about this, guys. It's totally natural, I swear, it is. Anyways, this week we're going to be talking again about lenses. It's going to be Lenses Do Matter 2.0. Last week I hung out with... Oh, my arms got tired. I need to switch arms. I still haven't got my vlogging biceps ready. Last week I hung out with my friend Teemu, shooting in the forest again, and we talked about lenses, how lenses really make the difference when it comes to shooting photos and video. A lot of people buy camera body and they just use the kit lens, and then they start complaining like, man, this doesn't look any different than an iPhone or whatever, so why do I even use the DSLR? But the problem is that they're not really taking advantage of their DSLR body because they're not using better lenses. And this doesn't mean that you gotta buy expensive lenses. There's actually a lot of cheap lenses for great prices that will get you great footage and great photos. For example, the Canon 50mm 1.8. It's only $100, but it'll get you that nice bokeh. It's gonna get you really sharp photos, and you're really gonna be able to take advantage of your camera body. But this week, we're gonna continue talking about focal lengths. I mentioned a little bit in our last week's video, but this week, I wanna talk about it more because what kind of lens you use is really gonna determine the look of your photos and your footage. You might not even realize a lot of times, but just because you use a 16mm versus a 50mm versus 135mm, they're not gonna all look the same. They're all gonna look different. So I'm gonna take portraits of Jesse at different focal lengths just to show you the difference and to kind of show you how important it is that you choose the right lens for the right moment.
Hello, guys.
He was actually just checking himself out in the camera because he wanted to make sure that he looks really handsome for the photos. He is really handsome, so there's no worries, Jesse, you're gonna look great in the photos, I promise you. Guys, as you can see, shooting from 16mm to 200mm looked totally different, and there's a reason for that. Certain lenses are going to look different. A wide-angle lens is more used for landscapes or action shots to get that really epicness, whereas a tighter lens like a 85 or 135 is more for portraits. It's going to really make the face look undistorted and really good looking, like Jesse. He's a handsome man. As well, you can see that when you shoot with a really wide angle lens, you're not going to get as much depth of field. And then the tighter the lens I used, you are able to get a lot more bokeh and a lot more shallow depth of field. So keep that in mind when you're taking portraits or when you're shooting your video, and if you really want that shallow depth of field, try to use lenses that are 50mm or higher to get that really shallow depth of field. Obviously, not everyone is able to purchase every single lens out there, so I prefer to use the 35mm or the 50mm. I just find that they're the most versatile lenses for taking portraits and shooting B-roll, which I do a lot. Of course, sometimes when I'm doing my landscape shots, I like to use the Canon 16-35, but those are some of my favorite lenses. I do have the 7-200 for Canon, but I don't really use it just because it's so big and so heavy that it's not so practical for the type of shooting that I do. I guess for me, I'm always doing run and gun shooting, traveling, so I want to stay as light as I can with the gear I use. So that's why I love the 50mm 1.4. It's really small, it's light, and it's a great lens for shooting and taking photos. It's a beautiful day today, so I'm gonna go keep hanging out with Jesse in the Finnish forest. If you like this video, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, because we're gonna be updating weekly with new videos, so stay tuned. See you guys. Guys, in Finland they have these super sweet bird towers because people love to bird watch here. There's nothing else to do here other than bird watching. So we're gonna go climb up this bird climbing tree thing and just hang out up here. Let's go, Jesse. Jesse boy, lead the way.
All right.
No, you're going down. You gotta go up. Wrong way, man.
Woo!
This is where we're from. Seinäjoki. Look at that peacefulness. Jesse, what do you think about Finnish nature?
Älä nyt kysellä noin vaikeita.
Say it's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Jesse boy is the master fisherman. He loves fly fishing, ice fishing, normal rod fishing. He does everything you can think of and more. He's amazing. Just listen to that. Silence. Peace and quiet. And a dog barking.